Alright, so last episode we took on Leipzig in the big game to remain in the title fight this season when Nathan Tedder put us 1-0 up here up against them. But late in the game, Bakayoko whipped it across and Yoro Kwanzaa will make an error, which allowed Romulu to get a header, which Flecken couldn't save. But after that, we'll make some big sounds, bringing Hakim Ziyech as a free agent into the team. But for Bruggen to get a new #1 goalkeeper from Brighton coming into the team, and also bringing Nuno Tavares to overhaul our defence and become our new left back in the squad. And they will make their debuts over Werder Bremen here, where we'll get a goal from Benzema early on to give us a 1-0 victory. But we'll then sell Alejandro Grimaldo in January for 45 million to Juventus. And with that money, we'll bring in, first of all, Fikayo Tomori from AC Milan, and also then pressing the upgrade button on also at right back, bringing Van der Sar in to take over in the team. And on the debut, so they take on Benfica in the knockout stage of the Champions League in the, the stage after the league phase before the round 16. I can't remember what it's called, but a ball over the top here would find Nathan Tedder, who would score to make it 2-0, and would get the victory against them here without players keeping a clean sheet just about here, because they would have a chance later on to ruin the clean sheet, but they couldn't do so. Let's get into today's episode and hopefully perform well. And as you can see, for the first game of today's episode, we've got a very, very hard task because we return to the BayArena for Friday, and versus we're taking on Liverpool in the round of 16 of the Champions League. It's going to be a very, very hard game for us to win, and we might get knocked out straight away here by Liverpool. But the first game's at home, which is great for us. Let's get into this one, and hopefully, maybe at least get a draw to give us a chance at Anfield. But a win here would be incredible, and would give us a very, very good chance of going through into the quarterfinals of the Champions League this season. Away from home. And Man United are having a very, very bad season, so maybe they could be our next series, or maybe a series in a team or two, because I kind of want to go around the globe before maybe taking on Man United next, but I don't know. They do need a lot of help. But here we go. Benzema on the attack. Palacios. Here's Benzema. A talent that I wanted to use an FC25, but didn't get the opportunity to do so, so I'm glad he signed for Leverkusen. Not only for himself, but also so we can use him in this team. And there we go, opportunity. Benzema from the shot from range, and is over the bar. Didn't really set himself up for that shot properly there. And we have been a team that have dominated possession in this series with this formation. It's going to help us do so. But Nathan Tedder is through here. Schick with a great ball through, but Alisson denies Nathan Tedder from giving us the lead. And Malik Tillman's on corners. Interesting. I need to take him off these because it's fairly toward I want him in the box. But there's a ball towards Tapsoba, and Addison makes the save to Addison to Isaac. Looking for Salah, but there is Tapsoba, intercepting. Lovely play here, Tedder. Making a run. Ball over the top by Palacios. Great play. I'm surprised it actually worked out for me. Nathan Tedder, can he score? But it's denied by Addison again. He's going to get cleared. Beaten by Salah for the first time. Tavares does have the pace to track back and defend him. Salah, for some reason, isn't running with the ball there, and Tavares gets there. I think he was waiting for the run of Isaac or Wirtz, and didn't really get the option to play a pass there. We got the ball off him. It's Fernandez into Benzema. Schick. To Seguir now. Good turn from him. But over the top, but that's going to be good defending from Konate, who read it there. Fernandez now. Looking for the run of Nathan Tedder. Can he find it? It's going to be close, but he's onside. You know, he's not. I swear Konate played him onside. It looked like Konate had him onside. I need to see the lines. That's so close. That is so close. Lovely play here. So again, now good turn. They keep the possession. Yes, he does. Ball forward. In here to Ezequiel Palacios. At the start of the second half, and the Argentinian scores a rare goal for us and puts us ahead finally at the BayArena. He doesn't score many goals, but if this is the only goal to score with him in the series, it will be more than enough from him. He just gets a shot away there. He slips, which gets him more power behind it, technically in a way. Just falling behind it, he just swings the foot at it, and Upamecano couldn't stop him. And Addison's finally beaten in net. Palacios puts us 1-0 up against Arne Slot to Liverpool. We should have to see, but obviously they have the ability to get back into this game. It's a two-legged affair. And if we win this one by 2 or 3 goals, then we are most likely through. But we know Liverpool can pull out insane comebacks. Just ask Barcelona all about those. As Palacios, good defending there from him. For us, Fernandez, Schick, Tillman. Fernandez with room. The Argentinian hits it straight to Addison. No. Good defending there from Tomori as well. Callister. There we go. Don't say we're going to concede because of that. Isaac. There's Tomori doing well there. Vanderson. As it Tomori, and we can play it out here to Palacios. The Dutchman. Ball in. No. Thank you. I think that was Tomori. Now Palacios. Forward. It's going to be a 1-0 victory in the BayArena. I think Teller could have got there. The ref played on. It could have been more. We could have had 2, 3, maybe 4, but Addison made some big saves. We're going to have to play the second leg. I don't feel comfortable swimming the second leg against Liverpool, especially at Anfield. But much as a victory, they had 0 shots in this game. They just didn't do anything. They couldn't do anything going forward. We just smothered them. Tavares up there, Palacios, Benziger, man of the match. Tillman, 7.4 rating should be higher. He played great. And maybe, just maybe, I need to make this game a little bit harder now because I've got used to this level. But I think maybe I should make it harder. And I might do so for the second leg against Liverpool just to see if this was a fluke victory or a deserved victory for us in this one. In my opinion, it was deserved. Liverpool were poor going forward, but like I said, it might be because the game isn't as hard as it should be. However, before we get to the second leg against Liverpool, we have to take on Bayern Munich here, a team that are undefeated top of the table. Last time we played them, we almost beat them. They got a goal late on to get a draw against us to save themselves from being undefeated. We did end Dortmund's undefeated streak earlier in the season, and they have lost 2 games and dropped out from first in the table. And if we do win this game, then as you can see, we're going to stay in the title fight. Right now, Bayern are ahead of us by a few points. Dortmund are ahead of us by 1 point. They're facing Augsburg, who are probably the easier team to beat. Obviously, than Bayern, they're much easier to beat. But I feel like Augsburg have had a decent season. They were doing, but now they're 13th in the table. I feel like they were up here at 1 point, but I'm not too sure. But we're going to take on Bayern Munich here in this one, and hopefully at least get a draw again to stay in the title fight this season. And well, as we start this game here, Man City have just got a goal in the game against Burnley with a Steph scored an own goal to put us ahead, which we'll have to see. I'm hoping Haaland can do what I brought him into my FPL and made him the captain. I could have triple captained him, but I wasn't too sure if he would start due to the injury, but he is doing. But Malik Tillman from range, straight into the Manuel Neuer low. Conrad Laimer to Harry Kane, obviously scored 100 goals for Bayern Munich recently. Neither Tavares does the ball off him, no. Got to keep him quiet as well as Elise and also Luis Diaz, etc. Here's Benziger though. He put us ahead. Benziger, the Moroccan. And Kimmich just pokes it clear of him. So then Elise gives it away and we can counter out. And Patrick Schick over the top. And Schick beat into it by Kim Min-jae somehow there. Kane turns, shoots, wide to the post. Great defending from Tomori, not falling for the skills. Benziger, there you go, Teller. Nathan Teller running through. Gonna get a shot away, great strength to hold off Kim Min-jae. I wasn't sure if I could do so. I thought I was going to get pickpocketed today by Kim Min-jae, but Nathan Teller, what a season he's had for us in that striker role. He gets forward, holds off Kim Min-jae and rifles it past Neuer. He had a point to prove at the start of the season that he is the player for a striker position and a player that we don't need to improve on in the future. And this season he's proved that. He's proven, I said that we're proven quite a lot now, but he's showed that next season, if we somehow don't win the Champions League, you know what I mean? I don't think we'll win the Champions League this season, but if we do, we'll end it after one season here with Leverkusen, which will be a massive achievement if we manage to win the Champions League. But I feel like it's going to be a 2-season career mode here, and next season we would make some big signings to improve this team, and Patrick Schick could be a player that would do so as Luis Diaz. This was also by Fikayo Tomori, and well, he's over on the ball there. Harry Kane. Don't think we're going to concede straight from kick-off like that. Diaz touched over good defending, and Vanderson did well there. Yeah, Patrick Schick's a player that I think we could let go of, and he might be offside here. I think he is going to be. No, he's onside. No, he is offside. Tillman, this was us to Harry Kane there. Now Tillman. And run for Patrick Schick. Back into Malik Tillman. The space in the centre has opened up, and the American beats Neuer to put his 2 goals to the good here. And Bayern Munich's undefeated streak could be coming to an end here, just like Dortmund's did in a shocking fashion at the BayArena. I think we beat Dortmund. We did beat Dortmund at home, I think, when we ended that undefeated streak. We beat them 4-1, and Bayern are in hand. I think it was 4-2 in the end, actually. But we are leading Bayern here 2-0. Malik Tillman blasts it near post, beating Neuer with pace, under strike and company. He's wondering what's happened to his team here. They've gone undefeated so far. They drew against us in the first game we played against them at home. And again, they could have lost if it wasn't for Gnabry getting a late goal for them. But I think they've sold Gnabry, so he's not here to save them. Musiala to Elise, trying to get them back into this game. Elise blocked by Tatsoba with a pass through. And there we go, it's going to be the end of the first half. 2 goals up at half time. You love to see it. Other than a few moments, it's not really showed us Musiala here. Oh, he's done well there. I just kind of held off there because I expected him to do a skill move like that, but I didn't expect it to like do that against me. As you'll see here, it doesn't really show it, but he did well there to score, and Tatsoba got beaten by the flip-flap by Musiala. We'll see it in the replay. Yeah, I thought if I went with Tomori, Tatsoba would have made the interception as well there, but he didn't do so. He got through and decided to second off here. Musiala puts him back in the game, piped by immediate defence. And there we go, that's maybe it. Oh, Bensigue just didn't get the ball. What happened there? He just let it roll past him. I was about to play over the top through ball to Patrick Schick, and it could have been 3-1. Van der Sar good defending. Malik Tillman. Patrick Schick. How is Jonathan Target the ball off you there, Schick? Tillman, good interception. Tavares. Schick to Tillman. Header inside to Bensigue, who's open. And Bensigue, 3-1. It's the second goal of the season in the Bundesliga. We scored his first last episode. He gets a second here. The header from Tillman, the play from Schick was great. A 1-2 between Schick and Tillman. Finds Bensigue, who then blasts it past Neuer to put his 2 goals to the good again here. And Bensigue, the Moroccan, what a season he's having for this team. He doesn't really get the most assists on goals, but his overall play is incredible. Like, he wants the ball. You see it in the episode. He gets on the ball so much. He's usually the catalyst for us to get a goal. He may not get the direct assist, but he's always heavily involved in the play beforehand, as Nuno Tavares as well there for Bruggen. Harry Kane trying to find a way through. Back out wide there to Luis Diaz. Great defender from Tomori. Just patient there. Oh no, Van der Sar, please. Can we get the ball out? What is going on? I'm trying to pass it to different players, and it's trying to just pass it to the closest player. It's trying to screw me over here this game. Fernandez. So Leverkusen fans are in front of the crowd. So we're just playing keep ball here, passing it around, making them chase shadows late in this game. Palacios. Fernandez. Seguir. Oh, Tillman. Oh, that was going to be a great play. I was going to take a shot there, but it's a 3-1 victory. We end Bayern Munich's undefeated streak and get closer to them at the top of the table. Our company shakes a hand, but he doesn't want to. As we beat him, we could have beaten him the first time round if it wasn't for Serge Gnabry getting a goal. But we beat them here at a BayArena 3-1 in a much-deserved victory. And what a game we played in this one to beat them here. As you can see by the stats, we deserved this victory. There wasn't many opportunities, but 4 shots for us and 3 goals, 2 for them, only 1 for them. And overall, Malik Tillman 10.0 rating, Bensigue out there as well. Nathan Teller, Fikayo Tomori, and other players playing great games. And what a victory that is against Bayern, which could have maybe just made us title contenders. But our next game's going to be against Liverpool in the second leg of the Champions League, so it doesn't get any easier moving forward. And as we know, going into this second leg here at Anfield, we've got a 1-0 lead over them, but only a 1-0 lead, which could be obliterated very, very quickly by the attack that Liverpool do have. Let's get into this game now at Anfield and hopefully somehow pull out a victory to head through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League here. But not putting our players on. Bensigue steals it. He's kind of taking over that virtual in the team. Ball through. How has Kirkett intercepted that? Through this team here. And dance his way through with a bit of skill. We can create a gap there for Patrick Schick to run into, but how has he not got in there? And Schick. Salah. There we go. Nuno Tavares steals it. Ball forward into Patrick Schick. Not really we need him to be as our striker, but here's Bensigue. Can get through the centre. Bensigue can shoot, and Addison denies him and puts it out for a corner. Saving him once again is the Brazilian, as he did in the last game, but ball into the centre here. And Schick can header it, but it's going to be saved by Addison, and we get another corner. Going to attack this one with Schick again here. Hopefully he can get his head into this one. And Patrick Schick heads it goalwards and scores. Second time's the charm for Patrick Schick from the corner. The first time it was saved and, well, put out for another corner. And this time he gets the goal to put us 2 goals to the good hit across the leg. And Matic Tillman with a great cross, to be fair. I might keep him on corners. If he keeps whipping crosses like that in, I'm going to keep him there. And Gakpo couldn't reach it in time. Upamecano, sorry. Nowhere to be seen. Same with Konate. And that header in between Kirkers and Addison in an awkward position for both of them. And we're 2-0 up here at Anfield. Well, overall, I should say. And that's a big goal for us in this game, because now we've got 2 goals as a cushion. We can concede 1 now and still go through, but obviously we'd rather not have that happen, because then Liverpool would have the ability to score a second.
And get back into it properly. And here's speaking of that, play it down the way, hits Jeremy Frimpong.
Oh no, Isak, and it's a goal for Liverpool. What happened to Tomori and Tetsuba there? Straight from kickoff, by the way. I need to watch that again, because they just split apart like the Red Sea and just let Isak stand in the centre. Look at that. Where's Tetsuba going? That's frustrating. Taps in it. Or McAllister, and it's been rather frustrating. Verts. Tetsuba good defending. Got to win that, and we don't. Oh no. Isak shoots thankfully for Bruggen's got a comfortable save there. Nathan Teller. Good move by him. Oh, we can't get a pass through there, and Teller steals it though. Teller, he puts us ahead again, and he's done so. 2 goals to the good again here. Just before the half-time break. Nathan Teller scores his 3rd goal in 11 games in the Champions League. It's not the best season in the Champions League clearly, but that's a big goal. They're just stealing it off Konate and rifling it into the back of the net there. To put us 2 goals to the good again in this game. And that's a big goal for us in this one. Because I thought if they grabbed another, we were going to lose this game. But right now, we have another 2-goal cushion, which means Liverpool had to score again to get back into this game. There's 2 goals to the good again. And we could get maybe another. Nathan Teller is on side here. Can they score again? Nathan Teller shoots and he does score. It's 4-1 overall. A goal straight out of sight of the second half here. Patrick Schick with the assist. Liverpool's defence caught sleeping. And Nathan Teller makes him pay there. I think they thought he was offside. Upamecano kind of stepped back last second to try to play him offside, I think it was. Yeah, right there. But he actually played him onside at the time. And Nathan Teller scores. If Upamecano didn't step up to try and play an offside, I think it would have got there, because he was almost close there to recovering and stopping me from scoring. And if he didn't step up to try and play Teller offside and just defended him, we wouldn't have scored there most likely. We now have a 3-goal lead in this game. And could we be on to like an insane Champions League victory here with this Leverkusen team? Cody Gakpo. Tomori great defending there. That's a good block by Tomori. Now we can get it out here. Schick can't win the header though against Alexis McAllister. Interesting. Endo. Blocks, but he still has it. Palacios, please get the ball out. There we go. Ball into the box. Headed. No, cleared away by Matic Tillman. Nathan Teller. Good turn over him, but nowhere to go. That's a lovely pass there, but Upamecano's going to sweep it up and Addison's going to get it away. Salah wins the header, but we get the ball. And Schick. Outstrengthed by a Frimpong there, interesting. How did Tillman not get the ball there? Nuno Tavares. Going to make a few changes pretty soon. And Nathan Teller, he could be through again here. Nathan Teller for a hat-trick at Anfield against Liverpool, and he's done so. And Liverpool fans may not have seen a performance like this against their team since, well, either Messi or Ismaila Sarr, you know, a single play turning apart their team the way he has done. I see Ismaila Sarr in that game played against Liverpool youngsters in that, I believe, Carabao Cup game all those years ago when he was playing for Watford. But Nathan Teller here has just stepped up in the Champions League and been single-handedly one of our best players in this game. Arguably the best player. He scored 3 goals. So it's hard to take that away from him. And he's always just a good player. Like in FC25 he was great. In FC24 he was probably incredible. And he probably was more of a backup player in that game. But we're going to make a few changes. Andrich is a little bit unhappy about game time, so we're going to bring him on a couple of goals, which has been great for us. Because now we're at a point where Liverpool has 6 minutes to go. And there's no way we end up losing this, as it could be enough for Nathan Teller here, but Kirkes stops him. Flying Wirtz. Back here, and that's going to be interesting play. Wirtz shoots for Bruggen, good save, and Vanderson. And keep it in play. Hakim Ziyech. You know, why not? Hakim Ziyech. That was going in. Addison had to save that. That was going in, almost crimped it out, and their post there looked like it's going to go wide, but that would have been in. But a hat-trick for Nathan Teller sees us knock out Liverpool in the Champions League round of 16. And after spending all the money they did in the transfer window, you know, Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz, Kirkes, they're knocked out in the round of 16 of the Champions League by us, by Leverkusen. And what performance that was at Anfield. That was arguably a much better performance in the team than when we played at BayArena. And I was very impressed by this team in the home leg. But in the second leg, we turned up to another level. Madik Tillman again up there. Ben Sakir, as always. Nathan Teller, man of the match with a hat-trick. And overall, just an incredible performance in this team. And a much-deserved victory to head through into the quarter-finals of the Champions League here. And our second team get a 2-1 victory over Heidenheim away from home to continue our winning ways in the Bundesliga to keep us in the title race this season. And up against Wolfsburg, we get a 2-0 victory with Nathan Teller and Echeverry getting goals in this game. And this was a risk because Wolfsburg are fifth in the table, so I was kind of risking simming this one with the second team. But as you'll see, our next game is in the Champions League quarterfinals against another big team from the Premier League. And probably guess who it's going to be. And let's get into that one and hopefully somehow go further into the Champions League this season. And as you can see in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, we drew against Manchester City, the first leg away from home at the Etihad. We're going to get into that one next up. But similar to the Liverpool game, we have a big game for the Bundesliga title next up. As you see by the calendar, we face, well, Dortmund in this game. If you look at the league table, well, I'll show you the league table here in a second. I thought I was showing the league table there, but didn't do so. We head to the league table. As you'll see right now, we sit in a good position in the Bundesliga to maybe win the title. We're level on points with Bayern, who we did beat. We're beating Dortmund previously 4-1. We're facing them in this one next up after the Man City game, obviously in between the two games against them. So if we lose this game against Man City, it could be bad for our title hopes. We would go into this game against Dortmund a little bit defeated, but let's get into this game against Man City here and hopefully pull out a big victory up against them like we did Liverpool at Anfield, but this time at the Etihad. Ball in looking for Haaland though, but they've got Rafinha in their team. That's an insane signing. Palacios, Nathan Teller. Oh, Travaglio does well there. Get a chance or two with a high line, but obviously in this game they play 25 depth. Here we go. Fernandez from range, the Brazilian, the Argentinian, but his long shot there was awful. And the second half of the Spurs Wolves game has kicked off as I'm watching this, as I'm playing this. It's obviously still 0-0 at this point after Kudus got denied and they hit the woodwork. Ben Seguir. Nathan Teller. I need that run there from Palacios. There we go. He didn't really make it, but we're going to go with it. Tomori coming forward. Fernandez. Patrick Schick on the overlap to Madik Tillman. And Tillman can squeeze it across her blocks there by Ruben Dias. And Tillman is now the same rating as his ultimate team card that he just got for the new promo, 85 rated. Ball into the box. Patrick Schick on a header like he did at Anfield. Ake heads it away. And why not? Fernandez this time we're going to go for a power shot though. He didn't take that weird touch there and just gave it all away. And now we need to defend against Erling Braut Haaland. Come on for Bruggen, never go. Even Teller. Through to Ben Seguir. It's got past Travaglio, low driven shot, Donnarumma couldn't save it, and Travaglio is trying to blame someone else. It's all your fault, Travaglio. You got outstrengthed somehow by Ben Seguir, who runs through and scores. And what a play he has been for us in this team. He's honestly an incredible talent. Obviously, Iro, we know he's a great talent, but in this game he's incredible as well. The ball through, and Travaglio just knew he couldn't make the challenge because he would have gone down for a penalty maybe, but he has to at least try something more than that. And Donnarumma expected a shot maybe far corner, but he went near post, low driven, and squeezes it past Donnarumma there. And Foden, Marmoush on the bench, Reinders, some great players. And here is Rafinha running straight through, but there's Tomori stopping him. That's what Travaglio needed to do against Ben Seguir. So Man City fans are chanting for them to get back into this game, but they could go 2-0 down here with Nathan Teller in behind, and that's a good save from Donnarumma. They have to charge in here and try to get the ball off him. He can't do so. Header, Tomori chests it back to Verbruggen. Thankfully there, Phil Foden looking for Rafinha, but Van der Sar hooks it away, and Palacios and doing off there. Nathan Teller. The overlap from Palacios. Back into Teller. Well, where was the scum if I wanted a quick flip-flap there? It was Bensuke that was there, and he couldn't get to it. And Haaland takes it down. Tatsova breaks it away from him now, and it comes to Malik Tillman, who hits it, and Donnarumma denies him. He's going to go central or out wide, or run it himself. He's going to go out wide. That's a bad pass there from Reinders. Kay's there. He's been their best player in FNAK, honestly. Well, actually, Donnarumma has, but... Echevarri, just tried to poke it, but it falls to Teller somehow. We get a second there. Givardio at the error again. As Spurs almost concede against Wolves with a cross, and Rodrigo Bentancur puts that for a corner as we take a 2-goal lead in this one. And Givardio, he's had a bad game. Donnarumma does enough there, but Teller just gets to it before him somehow. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And gets a shot away and puts us 2 goals up. Spurs the eventual winners against Man City in the end. Rafinha. As Man City have just not looked in this game. They could get a goal here. There we go. Foden on the header. And the 80th minute puts him back in this one. Of all players to score a header against us, it's Foden. I wouldn't expect it up with Terrier. Go on, lad. Echevarri. He's a team we signed him from. So he's on loan at IRL, Bernardo Silva though. And that's going to be a full-time 2-1 win away at home. And Wolves have scored against Spurs from a corner. And it's a very unfortunate goal. Vicario made the save and it came off a Wolves defender that he tried to push it away from. When I watch this again, there might be a handball in there. I don't know, there might be a handball, it might get disallowed, I'm not too sure. Looking at the replay, it was kind of a bit of a scrappy goal. It was a it was a goal that was, it actually came off, I think, who was that came off the Spurs defender? It came off a Spurs defender and then got poked in by a Wolves attacker, I think. But Man City in this game did not turn up. You can see one shot throughout the whole game, which they scored in the end, a header from Foden. And I don't know where it is right now. The teams I play against, they don't do much against me. But we somehow still we do win, which we should do. But I feel like it's been a weird run of games recently where like the teams I'm playing against don't do anything. We beat them, but they still somehow don't lose by a massive margin. It's weird. Alright, so that's actually going to call it for the end of today's episode. So next episode we'll take on Dortmund in the first game of the episode, and we'll get into the second leg against Man City in the Champions League and try to win the Champions League. I think we don't have the biggest chance of winning it. We've got lots of Bayern still in here, Barcelona and also Real Madrid, or teams that are better than us technically, who could knock us out of this one in the semi-finals or in the final. But we're going to try and do our best to win the Champions League this season. And if I do manage to do so, it would be pretty insane. And we also do have the DFB Pokal to try and win, as I believe we are going to be taking on Magdeburg in the semi-finals. So that's a very interesting team that they got there. So we'll send that one with the second team and most likely face Dortmund in the final of the Pokal next episode. And we could possibly win the treble next episode, which is obviously the Pokal, the Bundesliga and the Champions League, which would be pretty insane to do with this team, considering we took over, they were 10th in the league, and we could take them all the way through to Champions League glory and a treble-winning season, which would be mental to say at the end of the next episode. But as always, if you want to drop a like and subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.